Act 3, Fighting Alone.
The celebrations after your recent victory are soon brought to an abrupt end, when news arrives of 2 tragic losses. The gluttonous pig has taken one of your counties, and the Honourable Lord Woolsack has been captured and brutally murdered in the process.
You skipped something there.
I make Woolsack die in much pain. I pull out teeth, cut off toes, break knees. Most fun I have for a long time. How did you do? Did you hunt down your prey?
Not sure the wolf would torture my player character if I were to lose. I think he would probably just slit my throat. That'd be it.
I have spent a lot of time at the negotiating table of the king's captors, and the final ransom for his release has now been set. I need you to begin raising the funds at once, using any means at your disposal.
I keep expecting this mission to be the one where I kill the snake,
You
but it
immediately
is
send
not.
spies into the neighboring counties, hoping you will be able to find a suitable treasury to lighten.
What we're gonna do?
Your spies report that the snake has been ferrying gold into one of his counties, where he is hastily erecting a castle. Launch a surprise attack so you can take his gold for yourself. We have sent along some tunnelers to help you take the castle.
So this is gonna be our first
Instructions!
real, I'll say real test in
What
taking
is
a
it?
castle. So he's got he's got a full wall
Stop
set
pushing
up.
me around.
He's got some archers set up, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to have our tunnelers tunnel underneath the
Yes?
wall to help knock down the wall, and then once there's a hole in the wall,
Let me
I'm going to
guess.
send my
Dig you I
macemen
have to.
and archers
I'm claustrophobic,
into
you know. All right.
and then
Make your mind up.
killing my tunnelers. That's my bad. I put them too close to the thing. I should be having them tunnel from this side. Anywho, basically what you want to do is you want to have your tunnelers go underneath, create a hole. Ideally, if you line them up correctly, and they line up with
my lord. Down we go.
they line up with like a tower. Basically, they tunnel underneath the tower, and the tower crumbles. If they hit a
Into the
wall, then it's just
blackness.
a portion of the wall crumbles. Both work to get your troops in. In terms of damage to a
Down we go.
facility, dealing damage to a tower is a lot more devastating than doing damage to a because the tower costs more than the wall ever will. So once they're underground, I don't think they can be disrupted, but you do have to get them underground, and you really can't control where they're going. They'll basically go at a straight line towards the wall, and then if they start to pass, like they go past the corner of the wall, you'll see them start digging diagonally towards the corner. But once they've created a hole, like I said, we're going to just invade, and we'll take out the guards, the macemen. Looks like there's some crossbowmen to take out. So we should be able to do that. See how the wall's not completely down because the tunneler only does a percent damage to the shield wall and the preceding wall in front of it. So there, took 2 tunnelers back to back to take down the wall completely. So now we're going to bring our macemen in, split them up, have some of them go up to take out the
macemen. What do you need? Move, you dogs.
Yeah, so we want to take out these guys up here, and then we want to go along the wall, take out the guys that are in the towers here. So
What? Here we go.
luckily I only sent part of my macemen with me.
Yes, boss.
So
Move, you dogs.
I have more macemen to play with in a moment.
They won't know what hit them. Where are the macemen?
Should have sent the rest of my macemen down here. Oh well, we'll deal with it. Got all these guys here.
What do you need? Need some muscle?
Muscles.
What? All that way?
I should be able to get some archers up in the towers, which will
That's
help
a
as well.
long way. What?
Moving up! We are on our way!
Attain! Shot!
I don't have a shot!
That's the one problem with
Quick! March!
bow users is you give them a target and they'll immediately stop moving instead of continuing to move till they're in range.
Yes, boss. Yeah. Move! Move!
Jump to it! Forward!
You can count on us. Piece of cake. Where are the macemen? They're dead.
They're dead. And that should be it, I think. Oh wait, there's still more guys
They're
here. Never mind.
chicken feed. Here we
We'll get rid of
go.
them. Like I said, the macemen are pretty fast. Should have sent my spearmen over there to do that, but whatever.
Enemy are vanquished!
The first time I did this mission, I thought I had to take everything out. So I went through the village, taking out the barracks and the brewery, the bar,
A message from
and
your
everything
scribe.
else, and
We
then I
have
realized I
found
had to
some gold
rebuild
in
everything
Snake's
from
treasury,
scratch.
sire, but we still do not have
And
enough
so
for the
I was just
ransom.
like, fuck
We
that
will
shit.
have to raise the rest of the gold by other means.
So what we need to do here, this isn't a terribly difficult mission, but what we need to do is we need to raise 6,000 gold because there was only 1,000 gold in the treasury. You can choose to, sell off materials that are on your stockpile, but you'll still come up short of the $6,000 total. So what you want to do is you want to take the stone and the lumber that you've been given and start ramping up food. How do I say this? You want to ramp up food production and then start working on more stone and anything else that you can sell, including beer, like tankers of beer. That would be a good thing to sell. If you don't use the iron
Not enough
can be a
work is
pretty good
available
seller
to
as
run
well.
this building.
Just it's kind of slow going in terms of getting enough iron to have an excess to sell. Easier to get, with the stone quarry plus, ox tethers. You get enough ox tethers around the quarry. Basically they're putting stone down into their baskets as the quarry members are bringing them up from the ground and shaping them, So you want to have some sort of balance between that, and them taking it to the stockpile, Anyways, We're having, I visited with one of my coworkers recently. One of my former boss manager people, not my direct supervisor, but someone who was involved in the accounting department, decided they don't like all the new changes because their opinions are no longer being taken into consideration like they were previously to the company being bought out. And so she's decided that she doesn't want to work for the company anymore. Which I may not be smart, but I have a brain, you know. So I could have told you that was going to happen because the way some people live their lives is very type A, where everything has to be in such a manner. It has to go, you know, well, first we need to do this, then we need to do this, then we need to do this. Which is fine when you have a plan,
Can't place that there,
but they
my lord.
don't tend to operate very well when something comes up that they don't
Work
expect.
this building is currently functioning, my lord. Our
So,
food
for
stocks
instance,
are dwindling, my liege.
If I'll give you sort
Our
of a basic
treasury is
example.
empty.
So say you look online and you see that
The people worship
I
you,
don't know,
sire.
a game
Our
or
treasury
a
is
video,
emptying.
you know, a DVD or a piece of clothing is on sale, okay? And you go to the store to pick up this item, and when you get
Recruits
there, you
needed,
find out it's
sire.
sold out. Okay, well, you know, for any person, that would be like, okay, you guys ran out. I get that. That's fine. But for some people, they would kind of be like, no, you had it online. It said you had it in stock. Why don't you have it in stock? What do you mean? What do you mean you ran out? You don't run out of stock. And it's
Where
like,
are we going? We're leaving now.
but that can happen. You know what I mean?
Sir!
There's no guarantee that stuff stays like that forever, you know?
That's a
That at
double!
no point anyone can run out of a particular item. Yes, you can run out of items.
We
Yes,
await orders.
things can
needed,
happen
sire.
where you call someone and say, hey, I want to buy this. And they say, okay,
await
we'll
orders.
send this to you in a week. And then you
Leave
call
him
them in a week and say,
now.
where's my item? And they say, ooh, we got
Halt.
delayed.
Quick!
I mean,
March!
I'm the opposite. I guess I'm the opposite of this type of personality where you tell me what's going on and I roll with the punches, which means what needs to get done and how do I get it done. And that's how I've always been. Now the downside to that is that I'm not as detail oriented as some people are. And in doing so, I end up like it appears that I have plenty of time to do said work, so I end up getting extra
Our
jobs
food stocks
because
are dwindling, my
you know,
liege.
I'm so efficient at what I do. Well, when you give me 8 hours of work in an 8-hour day, you're
Work
starting to
this
press
building
up to the
currently
point
functioning,
where
my lord.
I'm not able to double check my work. You know, when you don't double check your work, that's
We
when you
await
run into
orders.
errors
Weapons
because you
needed,
assume, yes, the ass
Yes.
out of you and me, you assume that
Moving
everything is correct in the system, and if something changes, like a price or a quantity or a due date,
What
you
do
know,
mean?
then they go, why didn't you know this?
Move you
And
dogs.
that's always a problem in business, you know? Or, I mean, there's other things that in business that aren't specifically accounting or purchasing related that can be kind of annoying that I've not really had to deal with, but, you know, sort of this concept of, you know, you have a salesman or you have a marketing team or whatever, and they say, well, we think it should be this way, or you should be able to get this amount of work done in this time. and then, like I said, something happens, like, the flu goes through the plant or something, and all of a sudden you don't lose, but you have a delay in your production schedule, and then all of a sudden it's like, why aren't we meeting our deadlines? We're not meeting our deadlines because people got sick. Well, why are they sick? Again, it happens. I don't know how to better explain to you. It happens. So you either need to have a built-in system where you promise to have something made by, the first of the month, but you have the item done, you basically schedule it to have it done a week ahead of time. So not only are you ahead of schedule, but you're meeting their due date.
Ready.
And in case something pops up like that, again, you're ahead of schedule. Now, even if you do that, there's going to be situations where something's going to happen that you can't foresee happening. People getting sick and dying or quitting or whatever. You try to control those things to the best of your ability. But again, in any business, there's always going to be one of the following two things. You're either going to have a situation pop up, which is going to delay your production or delay your business from getting done what you want to do in a specific amount of time, or you're going to have waste. And by waste, I mean you're going to have a situation where you've got more people on your payroll than you truly need to be successful, so you're wasting money with redundancies. So which do you prefer?
Need some muscle.
And this is what always killed me about, I'm not going to say it kills me about small businesses, but it always kills me about people that are money driven, is they see the money coming in and they go, yay, money coming in, but they see the money going out and they go, boo, money going out. Let's not pay that for an extra week. And it's a game that accountants like to play, which drives me up a wall, because each accounting department is basically flapping their willy at each other, going, my penis is bigger than your penis. No, my penis is bigger than your penis. Well, mine's harder than your penis. And it just drives me up a wall, because it's like, if you're supposed to pay off in the public sector, if you have a credit card, you have to pay it off before its due date. Otherwise, you get charged a penalty. In the business world, you say you come up with every excuse in the world to delay paying a bill for a week, because it takes X amount of weeks for you to get paid. And then, of course, you're playing by their rules, and they say, well, we'll pay you in 30 days. They pay you in 35 days or 37 days. So that's pushing your payments off, or you're taking loans out.
That's a double!
And if we're all playing by the same general rules,
Leaving now.
You feel like this should be all okay, I say I'm going to pay you within 30 days. You pay me within 30 days. I'm now able to pay my vendors within 30 days or 60 days, or whatever our terms are. So, one of the things that you got to do is, because you can't really wall off the stone effectively. I mean, you can, but it will find a hole in the wall somewhere. You want to bring your spearmen and macemen out to here, so that so as these people are coming in, they're having to be funneled through this little hole here, and then that brings them in direct contact with your. Look at that. Just run right over that rock like it was nothing. I thought I had a pretty good thing set up there. Fine.
Bash 'em, lads!
We'll bash 'em, lads. So I'm gonna have to close off this wall, clearly. It's fine. So basically what it'll do is it'll cause them to go around the back. now that's pretty much closed off. It's not completely... Okay, now it's completely closed off. Never mind. Alright, that's good. So that'll cause them to go to the right side
My bow is yours.
of the
The
castle.
snake's troops are attacking.
So you have a snake followed by the pig attacking. Isn't that fun? Trying to overwhelm you. But if you set up properly, you should be okay. So I just I'll have to make sure that I'll have to see if they're able to get in on the wall. Because you can see my hunters trying to go around my wall right now. Yeah, which means they're going to be able to go around my wall. So I need to close this off. Hopefully this is enough to close them off. We'll see in a second when the macemen come this way.
Have seen a band of the snake's troops
Okay,
this
yeah,
way.
they're blocked off now. Good. So now they're going to go around the side here to try and find an easier way to get in my castle. And then the rest of these guys are just going to get picked off. And I'm just going to keep making more crossbowmen, more archers, and we'll just clean up the rest of these guys from here on out.
Ready, sir.
So I'm not gonna waste everybody's time too much here. You saw how I set up how I invaded the castle, how I set up the castle. Basically, what's gonna happen is this is gonna continue on repeat, where the
Need
snake
some muscle.
and the pig are gonna
What?
continue to attack
All
me.
that way?
But because of how I have stuff set up with my macemen and archers,
Wait,
I'm just going to
what
keep
in
making
'em?
more archers. I'm going to keep making
The
more macemen,
snake's troops
and
are
we're just going to
attacking.
protect this side of the wall from macemen. And that's just going to be the cycle until I'm able to get to 6,000 gold and win this mission.
They're dead.
So, build more spearmen, or build more archers and crossbowmen as needed. Build more macemen, and then use your markets / taxes to build
They're
up
chicken feed.
to the gold amount, the 6,000 or plus gold that you need to complete this mission.
Attain.
We await
Recruits
orders.
needed, sire.
Instructions.
So as my archers / people die, I'll just refill the towers and add more towers so that basically as they proceed to come at me, I'm gonna just mow them down. And then over here in the corner, I'll probably put another tower just so that as the macemen come around the side, we'll get mowed down by the remaining archers. And that's the whole mission. Like I said, I'm gonna cut at some point
What?
here after we
Bash
defeat
'em,
these guys.
lads.
And then we'll go straight to the end of this mission because, like I said, it just repeats itself with them sending roughly the same amount of troops every time. I'm not sure why they're running all the way literally to the other side of my castle wall, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna put a turret here. Just so I can put more archers, so as the macemen come around this side of the wall, they get picked off by another set of archers. Put a turret here, and we'll just fill those with archers, and that'll be it for
We
that.
await orders. We are on our way. The enemy are vanquished.
The enemy are vanquished. Indeed. Just repeat the process.
We await
More
orders.
macemen,
Needed,
more
sire.
archers, more crossbowmen,
Recruits needed, sire.
and eventually you will get to 6,000 gold by selling off your excess stone and wood
Yes,
and
boss.
anything else they
Recruits
collect.
needed, sire.
So this is me cutting back. We're at 5,000 roughly gold. I could probably sell. Well, I don't really have a ton of
Snake's
anything
troops are attacking.
right now, but we'll sell off the excess stuff here in a second. Maybe we'll sell off all the bread. I just kind of don't want to sell all of my bread only to find out that I'm like 100 or so gold short of completing this mission. But you'll get another taste of fighting whoever this is. I assume this is the pig, because he's got lots of macemen here. But you'll see how my defenses basically are already set up to the point that they're not really going to have much chance of breaking through here. So here comes the macemen. I've got my archers and crossbowmen picking them
I've
off.
seen a band of the Snake's troops heading this way.
So they're going to try to come around the right side of my castle, up between these three the lookout turrets that I have. And they're going to be dead here in a sec. I mean, will they get to my group of macemen? Maybe. I don't think they will, though. We'll see. There's literally nothing on this side of the wall. My macemen haven't had to move yet. Because I got my taxes up and running now. Just in that
The
battle,
Snake's
since we
troops are
cut back,
attacking.
we've already made, how much is that? I can't see. Roughly 500 gold. Well, it's actually 300 gold right now, but by the time we're done here, we'll be closer to 500. Because it ticks up every month or so. So it's not like a slow climb, but all of a sudden the taxes come in and you have X amount more in your treasury. Do it. Do it.
My bow is yours.
Do it. So, while we're waiting, I did put some nice things down as well. The nice things allowed me to... It decreased the amount of
The
production
enemy are vanquished.
that was being
A
done,
message
but
from the Snake. Ah, you severely try my patience. I will remove you yet.
no, you won't. Anyway, I think we're getting to the point. I mentioned this in the last 3 episodes, but I'm guessing we're going to be killing the snake here in the next episode or 2.
Victory.
I can't remember any more snake-related missions between now and then.